do you remember what you talked to your roommate about? Like,
Yeah, I mean, just like family, like simple stuff, hobbies and all that. And yeah, so just kind of like started off with simple, easy stuff, hobbies, interests, and goals. And
mm-hmm.
everybody has their own major at the university.
Right.
So it'd be good to kind of like learn all of that and also know like where they're from specifically in Korea because during they have a lot of holidays for some reason. Like
Really?
yeah, like I
What kind?
remember well like they have like this Thanksgiving holiday where they all just go home. It's called Chuseok.
Mm.
So yeah, getting to know where your friend is from in Korea is nice to know because yeah, there's like so many different cities, and you might have the opportunity to possibly go to their home and yeah, just meet their family, learn more about the culture, which
Mm-hmm.
I luckily got that opportunity to. Yeah, so like my roommate would I would get to know my roommate, and then eventually, yeah, he invited me to his family home, which was like 2 hours away. So yeah, a lot of
Wow.
them live like far, so they do take the trains. The trains are excellent, by the way. They're on time.
Mm.
But yeah, we would travel far just to go see their family, and yeah, it's a unique and yeah, it's a unique experience that
Mm.
you can't really get anywhere.
Right.
Um, yeah.
I got two major things when I was listening to you talk. It's first of all is you know we're more alike to each other, like human beings, like more than we think we know. It's at first it's like, well, I don't know anything about this person, their different backgrounds and such. And then the more you talk about it, oh, this person is just like me. They wanna, they like sports, they like reading, they like this certain type of music. They have similar goals. They want to do this. They want to do that. And the more you learn about someone, it's like, oh shoot, even if we can't communicate um, to the fullest extent, like I still understand you
Yeah.
because of like the things we have in common. And the second thing was that you talk, I think it's very important, you talked about taking that first step. I think a lot of time um, people don't want to make connection with others because they're afraid of making that first step. They're afraid of like, oh, well, that looks stupid, but the other person is probably just as nervous or as
Yeah.
anxious, and they want to learn more about you. It's just like both sides are just hesitating. So when you take that first step, and just be curious about the other person, and you just want to learn about them, I think that's just major for
Yeah.
me. Even like networking events, like a lot of people, oh, who did I talk to? There's so many people,
Yeah.
but you approach
It's
someone like, hey, hey, my name is Scott, like, what brought you here? Like, who do you know here? And just taking that step, I think that's a major key. That's a very good skill to have, no matter if you're studying abroad, you're going to networking events,
anywhere.
meeting
Yeah.
anybody. Yeah, I think that's a major, major key. I definitely learned something important
Yeah.
today. That
Because yeah, any relationship you build, you definitely have your own strengths and weaknesses and
mm-hmm.
all of that. And yeah, just don't be afraid to make that first step because eventually it'll blossom into something bigger. And
Exactly.
yeah, just another example of my experience in Korea. There, like, I also play tennis as well. And
Mm-hmm.
um, when I found out that there was a tennis club in Korea at the university, I was like, oh, maybe I should go check it out. And yeah, so it was just me. I didn't have any racket or anything. I just was walking back to my dorm and seeing the club playing. So I just went in and asked, not knowing Korean, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, is there a way that I can play?
Just point
Because
at it.
yeah, so like I had to use like movement, like hand movements and all that. Um, so yeah, that experience, yeah. So I would tell them like, yeah, maybe I can come by like in 30 minutes and we can try play. And yeah, so the club's name was Parangse, which is like Bluebird, and it was only made up of Korean students. So the fact that like a foreigner just walked onto the court and just asked like, "Hey, can I join?" They were kind of like, "Oh, surprised," and you know they were thankfully like open to me just like joining and all that. I do have a photo of like the whole club, so you see
you
all
need
these.
to show me. You need to show me.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'll share it with you, but yeah, you would see like all these Korean people, and then all of a sudden you see this like dark Filipino-looking guy right in the center.
Represent.
Yeah. So yeah, that was nice to like just take that first step, and you never know because you just like yeah you can build off of the relationships like through your interests. So a lot of my friends they were playing tennis and yeah from there just grow your relationships and you know eventually off the court we just went to eat and yeah from there
Were you nervous or were you like scared of like walking up to these people not knowing not knowing a lot of Korean, like still being able to ask them? Like,
yeah actually
what gave you the confidence?
I think just my personality. I'm like you know I'm open to trying new things, like even if I suck at it, like I might as well suck at it now and just practice and practice and practice, then yeah be all like, oh I got this. Yeah so yeah I think just my personality wise I'm just like open to trying new things, and the fact that I like tennis as well, it was just something that I wanted to try take up because yeah I mean on top of all the eating and all that, yeah like playing tennis was also helpful as well. Just learning about
any advice you would give like someone like little shyer that
yeah
like let's say like someone's really shy and you know they want to talk to this like business club or any kind of club, but then they're like they're a little reserved. Like how would you like any advice for them to overcome their fears and their anxiety?
Yeah, I mean there's gonna be language barriers in any of the situations you're in, like studying in Korea, but yeah you would just have to find just like these common interests and just common knowledge. Yeah like there's so many different clubs that I seen at the university and so many that I wanted to join, but you know time and priority, all of that. Yeah you would just have to just go up and maybe like a simple question like, hey what's your name, what are you guys trying to like promote, all of that, and yeah just find a sense of commonalities between your interests and all that. But yeah I mean for anybody shy to like study abroad, it's gonna be a life changer because yeah like if you're just shy in general, like speaking English, going to a different country where they speak no English, it's yeah you might as well just try it out. Like you're gonna make mistakes here and there, but yeah just having one or two relationships with like people is helpful. Yeah
I agree definitely. Just like you're gonna sound pretty funny to them because you don't know that much, you know, let's say it's Korean. You're gonna sound pretty like weird and awkward, but that's fine. Just doing it, going out of your comfort zone is so important. But another tip is if you're nervous and you're shy, bring a friend with you, bring a roommate with you. So that way, you know, you have someone, even if that person doesn't speak Korean, just having someone there would be, you know, will give you a little bit peace of mind. So, you know, if you're gonna look foolish with another person, so it won't be so bad.
Yeah. So that's that's another experience too. Just like being able to travel with Korean students who like know a lot more than what I knew at that time. Because I mean they first off they speak Korean. they know their way around. And yeah, so just to have someone that's Korean, or just anywhere you study abroad, having a friend that knows a lot about the country and speaks the language is helpful.